I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're talking about an important children's book called Good Sugar Rules. Welcome to Sweetland. It is written by Dr. Hayfa Daly, and she weaves a whimsical tale about a little girl named Ellie, who learns the importance of moderation and healthy eating choices with the guidance of Puffy, the cloud leader of Sweetland. This is a delightful educational journey, and the story delicately introduces children to wide food choices, making it a treasure for both parents and young readers alike. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight, and we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel. Now, I confessed to you before we started today, Doctor, that I had 2 chocolate chip cookies, pretty big ones, right before this interview. So it's easy to get addicted to sweets. It makes you feel good. It gives you energy, but there are better nutritional sources of energy out there. And that's kind of the message you have for kids, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the message that we have for kids. And I can tell that the sugar, the excessive consumption of sugar, it's a wild world problem today. I lived in different countries and different continents, and I'm originally Mediterranean. I can tell in the US, it sounds like it's the worst. When I came, I'll share with you something. When I relocated in 2012 to Houston, Texas from France, it took me a month to find bread without added sugar.
Right.
And I noticed that sugar is added everywhere. So we are eating it. We are eating it way above what our body could handle and support. So yeah, it's
and
really...
we get used to that rush. We get used to that high. It almost is addictive because it's getting those neurocenters of our brain firing. And this is your specialty. You're an immunologist, I understand, right?
Absolutely, yes. I'm an immunologist, and I understand exactly how our immune system behaves when we eat a lot of sugar. Like we shut it down. And if it's every day, like this repetitive every day, then we shut it down for a long time. And we cannot fight diseases and also cancer, unfortunately, without talking about diabetes and all what we know about excess of sugar.
It's basically a source of inflammation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's talk about your book and writing this book. Why did you write this book? It's really a great story, so kids will enjoy it, not realizing that they're learning, and that's often a good thing. So tell us about Good Sugar Rules.
I think it's breaking up. It was breaking
up
a little bit.
It just broke up, but it broke up at a good point. So let me try one more time. I'll ask you the question. I'm going to make a little edit point here. Okay. Your book is wonderful. It's aimed at kids. It teaches them and informs them, but it entertains them, which is so important. So tell us about how you got inspired to write this book.
Yeah, my inspiration is what I told you. I come to the US and I see sugar everywhere, and it scared me. I see my kids going to the school, and every opportunity was dedicated to eating sugar. I'm not saying we dedicate sugar to be served. It's the opposite. That's to me, coming from what I am. So this book, let's say it's a very powerful tool for parents to teach their kids effortlessly that eating sugar is bad for you. Eating too much sugar is bad for you. So we're not talking about a kid, and we're not taking a kid and talking to him about diabetes and all of that. We don't want to do that. So it's a fun story. I wanted it to be fun. That's how kids learn, to build that knowledge. And it's one first book, and we'll have other episodes to strengthen all of that, those messages. So in the book, we talk about energy, the color of your sugar. There's a color coding. I can tell you from the feedback, kids ask about their sugar color after reading the book, which is really wonderful. It's the kid will go and reading that book, or if the parents read the book to the kid, they're going to travel to that cloud. They're going to discover how sugar affects creatures and energy. We're not talking about scary things. We're talking about energy and encouragement. Like, it's a positive way of teaching kids the dangers of excess of sugar.
Absolutely. It's a great story. It's educational. It's entertaining. Like I said, that's a perfect combination. You illustrated this book as well, and the illustrations are wonderful. Tell us about that.
So it was breaking up a little bit again.
Okay. I think
if you could repeat the last
I'll ask
question.
you the question again. I'm going to give you another little mark like this. You illustrated the book as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So illustrations is something that I love. So at the same time, I had a very specific idea of what I wanted that first book to look like the pictures. It was important to me to associate what I have in mind and share. I put a lot of energy in there, and I wanted details, even the expressions on the creatures' faces, and I wanted to share that in the future I could have an illustrator following the same style. So the illustration is something that I've been doing when I was a child. Today I'm a scientist. When I was a child, I used to illustrate a lot, and I feel like that child that I used to be came and collaborated with the scientist I'm today, and then we wrote that book and we illustrated. And just something funny also to share, my sisters and brothers I used to tell them stories and do sketches and tell them. The whole summer was like telling stories that they were waiting every day to hear the next episode, and they believed that the characters that I created were real for a long time. We still joke about it. They're like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to. That was fun. So all of that came back to me now, and I think it's a combination of scientists, that trying to teach about the dangers of sugars, and that child that I used to be, and here's the result.
Absolutely. Well, it's great that you're using both sides of your brain, your scientific side and your creative side. Let's talk about future projects. What else do you have in mind besides the current book about healthy eating habits?
Yeah, so I can tell it's a mission. I look at that as a mission, that project as a mission. We are working on other episodes. I have a calendar, a weekly calendar to teach kids so they understand what too much treats is not okay, like once or twice a week, and it's a point system. I'm working on workshops, and all of that is going to be available in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait to share more about the message that I have, and I want to share with parents and children.
Wonderful. We're looking forward to it. Beware of all those hidden sugars out there. You've got it in your juices. You've got it in your bread. You've got it in your pasta. You've got it. We are surrounded by it here in the United States. So watch what you eat. If you want to give your kids great eating habits right off the bat, read them a great story about it. It's called Good Sugar Rules. Welcome to Sweetland. It is written by Dr. Hayfa Daly. It is a great tale about a little girl named Ellie who learns the importance of moderation and eating right. We are delighted to have this talented author join us here today on Spotlight. Doctor, thanks so much for being our guest. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time, this time until next time on Spotlight.